Remember, I think I'm one of the only people in the world to film a real live vortex as it happened. Well, I took a picture because my camera was full. But the answers are written all over the world on these rocks. You'll see the vortex. I filmed one of those. Me. Think about it. I think that's our answer. It shows you how they come to and fro. I mean, when I filmed that, there was people that said there's a line of beings waiting to go into it. Things like that. Remember, just stop thinking logically. This is how you're being tricked. You lose, not us. We're on top of everything. This is all a fact. We don't make it up. I show every single detail of what I talk about. So if you're new, you've been beaten. Don't let them beat you. This was just a clip from the video. So I randomly just put in a few minutes of Bigfoot Universe. I can't explain why, so it kind of doesn't fit into the video, but I start with that. And then I just do, it's some leftover video I've had. I think I made a pretty good video there. So it's just kind of random, but shouldn't be too boring for you. And some really pretty stuff as well.
Bigfoot Universe. I'll never remember exactly where I was. There's no way to tell by landmarks when I zoomed into that white guy and all those other things eating eating the animal, the kill. But I zoomed in kind of. I think I was actually down there. Let's try this while I'm doing this. This is just a side view. Thing's fast, isn't it?
Guys, once in a while, I'm going to give you a zoom like this, like I've been doing for 6 years. Ones that, where I'll show you their faces and their eyeballs, but sometimes it's important to see the ones that are hard to see. This is how we are being deceived. They win. So if you're one of these skeptics, like, I don't think this guy knows what he does, you've just lost. You're the one, you've been beaten by our own system. Our own people don't want us to know. I don't really know who knows about this exactly. I think it's very few people, and I think we know more about actually their system, where they are and what they do, than any other humans, more than the government, more than anybody. You'd be surprised how few people know anything.
There's my ducks. I always hear it in here. I think that was on camera. Is that an X I see? Look at that. I didn't even see that. That's brand new this year. I've never seen that X before.
Remember, when you have an X like that and there's trail markers and white tridents leaning into the bushes behind them, and then there's a white X in the middle of the bushes, you don't need to see them. This is their spot. In fact, I know because I've been with them for 6 years there, but these are one of the things I'm teaching. You'd be shocked at how far you could take this at your cul-de-sac in New Jersey if you just listen.
TP. Just a real quick clip. I want to see if anything changed here at the totem pole. I think we got a new tree. I can't believe that thing, our rig job from last year is still holding. It shows you there's not a lot of wind here.
I think this was 3 years ago. I'm not sure. I have 1,000 clips just from Bigfoot Universe. I think it's 2019, right? If you watch me, wait till I go there this summer. And remember, this is the totem pole. This is like, I call it like the main spot, just because for me it is. Just wait until you see what this looks like here now.
I think it just blew right over. just getting in.
I don't know how much of Bigfoot universe I'm going to show. I'm just kind of putting this video together. But keep in mind as you're seeing this place that the only reason that you know who I am is because I saw them here. This is the place where everything started. They have some kind of magical hold on me here.
I need a new world. One they just so know what I do here. There's the rocks. I can't remember if we ever finished them. The 3 pine cones are still there. Road. You come up here at night. You don't walk around with the flashlights. You just maybe just to get yourself somewhere, and then just pick a spot. Bring a couple chairs. You don't even need chairs. Just sit down. I've gotten some amazing timestamps back here. I'm hoping today we'll come up with something.
Aside from the artwork, remember, study. Remember what you're seeing. Remember every detail, because I will only show you the exact same thing again.
Let me push back a little bit. I gotta get a shot into that. There's a teepee in there. Hold on, I gotta do this. I'm gonna let this car go by. He's way back there. Maybe I'm not. You guys, I think I got a unique situation right there. Is it worth it? Something's happening.
This is one of their spots in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know why I ran off so fast. Zapped.
Happening right there. It's a pickup. I want to get stuck behind. Deer crossing. Let's watch them. So I'm gonna let this pickup go by, and then I'll do that. He's going so slow. I'll hang out for a little bit. I was literally just going like 90. No, I wasn't going that fast. I was probably going like 80. This thing is dangerous. I mean, in my truck, you can cruise at 90. You won't even know it. In this, you're holding on for your life. Like you could flip over backwards, sideways at any second. This thing, especially if you have to compensate with this. They still haven't moved. So when you're coming down the thing, all you can see is these two deer heads looking over, right? Then I noticed the tree looks really weird next to them, like really weird. Let's see if we can get it before I ruin it. There's like teepees under there, see? Now they've had all the time in the world to readjust. I swear it's a spot, and the deer were there with them. Look, they won't move. They're like looking out at the sunset together. You see that? It's so bizarre. And then it's so weird. You guys, they still haven't moved. So I gotta tell you the story, because this could just be like nothing, but it's so weird. So I'm like, I'm just cruising. I'm just thinking like my batteries are all dead. I was luckily charging one. And then it's like this. He's right there. I see these two faces, and they're just looking at me like people would look at you, right? So I'm like, hi, and he's just looking at me. It was so bizarre, right? A lot of times they get jumpy or they run. This thing, they're just staring at me with their heads only showing. It was so weird. So as I go by, I'm looking and they still haven't moved, and I'm like, and then I see this through my mirror, I see these things draping out of the. I know. So sorry. I don't hope maybe you'll see something in the bushes. I didn't have time for the times. I just gotta. We keep going, but that was strange. I noticed spots like that. Look where I am. This is in the middle of nowhere. these deer are sitting there like together, looking out at that, and they're not moving, and they were looking at me. They just. So is it just some explanation? Yeah, probably. I'm just gonna tell you though, it's really weird. Then the fact that why couldn't it be just there and there's not a really unique bush, actually, now that I'm looking at these, with stuff draping out from underneath that's kind of blocked a little bit, and they've moved up it. They're side by side. Their heads are right next to each other, like showing some intelligence. Like, you know, I don't know, showing an emerging. That's my new thing. Emerging intelligence. From that joke. I have a lot of this, you guys. I got to put some of it. So I don't like to make videos like this because there's nothing there. I'm a guy that goes and finds you stuff. But in the winter, I get enough messages that, because people know when I come on these trips, they're like, Mark, there's no way you showed all your. I'm like, nah, I showed like 20 minutes of 8 hours on my last trip. Well, yeah, no, well, at the video itself is longer, but like this, I show like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, people apparently want to see this more than they. What the hell? Hold on, where is that? What am I seeing? Hold on, I gotta stop. Ooh. I gotta see where that goes. Did you see that? What was I seeing? I saw like a... I don't know. I thought I saw a tree or something. Hey, do I have enough gas? Open range. What's it say? Does it tell you how long you can drive? I'm like, I have over a half a tank, but this is not how I go home. Like, you can't get home this way. And I've seen it before, and I'm like, damn. Since I got out of there a couple hours earlier than I normally would leave, just because it's lame. I couldn't drive across the fields like that. You know, instead of like, you know, starting at this thing, I had to walk all the way in. I basically ended up where I've always been. Look behind me, even in the winter. Just dust cloud. That's one of the things up here. Like when you ride bikes, you gotta know how to ride because you gotta. Most places you gotta. Whoa! Why am I getting pulled over to the side of the road? I mean, it's soft. You guys see that? I had no choice. I was getting sucked like that right into the side. It's too soft. These roads become impassable if they get too wet. It's weird. Hard as a rock when they're dry. Wet, like something happens to it. Why am I going somewhere I can't get out of? Oh, same thing here. Holy, I can see that I followed the exact track. You gotta stay in the middle. Look at this, you guys. I'm not gonna see anybody out here. They're kind of cool. You know, one thing cool about out here, nobody's like, there's not like, you know, if you're gonna go to your park by you, they have to have gates now and rangers, and because you can't be trusted. You're a small little child. Maryland, every single place has a gate. They got to know you went in. They got to know you left. They got to know you went in because they know they all live there. That's the only reason they care. They really think they're worried if a black bear got you in Maryland. It's never happened. They're worried that these guys might get, you know, something could happen with them. That's why all the parks are gated. All national parks were I think it was Roosevelt that did it, right? One of those guys. In the 50s, when they did the national parks, they did it all over the world for them. No one puts it together. It's a crazy thing. The national forests are where these beings live. Now it's spread beyond that now, but this is all it. So I just gotta take a look. Look, that's the road forward. It's like there's no way. I'll tell you, these things don't get great gas distance either. Like the tanks must be small, so the gas mileage is probably like okay, but. They must not a whole lot of gallons because, man, I'm already at half. I can't go any further. I'll never get out of here. I don't know how. I got a long ways to go to the next gas station. If I run out of gas, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't think that's a big of a deal to rent a car except the waiting part. There's no one out here. I'm telling you, they use service techs. Like, so all these companies have, like, basically, like, even like AAA and stuff, like, they have, like,
local tow truck, in every area, they might have like one or two, like, like people that have signed up for that. And they don't have, that doesn't exist here. So there's no way they're covering, you know what I mean? Like, if you get stuck out here in a vehicle, you are in big trouble if you can't fix it yourself, financially. I'm not, because I had no choice. I was like, no, I'll take it, because I couldn't afford it. It was supposed to be $10 a day on Travelocity, and they're like, no, we don't honor that. I was like, of course you don't. Ours is $35 a day, because it costs them $5, and they make $30 a day on top of their rental. So I paid an extra $70 for insurance for 2 days in this car. I had no choice. I was standing there. Well, I was getting a car. They upgraded me for free because of that. Because I was like, you guys got to be kidding me. Don't recommend the 4Runner. This is not a world traveler. You do not want to be. You have to bring extra gas tanks. Like, you cannot be at my Denali. I can come out here, no problem. Do everything I want. Sleep, tons of gas. I love a V8. I'm all about having an 8-cylinder, 6, and not just a regular one. I want the biggest one they make. That's what I need. I feel too unsafe. Like, my front end is like, look at it. This thing is so weird. Now, if you didn't know any better, you would think this is okay. You have to have lots of experience in other vehicles to, so that's why kids think all kids think their cars are the best. Like, he's 18, he's got your brand new car, they love it. And they should. Don't tell them. It's just because they don't know any better. And as soon as you get another car, you're like, oh my God. Like, my Denali's got like lumbar. Like, I could barely walk when I got to the Petrolus out of getting out of this thing. I did, but I mean, like, the pain it's the seat. It's got no comfort whatsoever. These seats are horrible. Manufactured in another country, I'm assuming. See the bumping one? Real bumpy. Like, on my truck, I can hold it with my elbow on the center console. This thing's just bumpy and all over. So I sound negative, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you money. If you want a Toyota, the pickups are awesome, but the new Sequoia looks really good. So if money's no object, then I think you're getting I haven't test drove it, but I'm thinking you're getting a great vehicle there. That's a real, then you got some luxury, some comfort. This thing sucks. A point as well. Notice, no sun, full sun. So easterly facing mountains are tremendously more active. This isn't where I just figured this is where I was turning around to go show you those structures. Let's take a look where people come in. Not that many. This is like kind of a remote place on the side of the highway. It's hard to get here because you have to travel on the auxiliary for so far. But people do. This is right around. So somewhere way back, you didn't park here. In fact, it was really difficult to get there, and it was kind of a secret fishing place. And you guys can look this up. This is a legit story. It's I haven't seen the video in years now, but it's Discovery Channel, Eagle, Colorado. No, yeah, it's just Google Discovery Channel. It's either Eagle or Gypsum, Colorado. I think it's Gypsum. Yeah, Gypsum, Colorado. And they came out here. So this is what the interesting thing was. It was like a town official, and he goes. Sorry, the way I'm talking right now, I have no idea why. He goes. Let's go back to those structures. He's in his spot way back, because some of these things go, like the river goes way back, and then he feels like that's like his spot. Like, he's been here since the beginning of this town, and so he knows no one's back there. He's been fishing that spot for, like, I don't know. It's in the story for a long time, and he finds like footprints, like really, really good footprints, like so blatant on the side of the bank, like unbelievable. And this is a guy that's never considered the subject, never even give it a second thought. Look at this. Right? He calls. So I don't even know. You have to listen to the story. I don't want to mess it up. He acknowledges it. Okay, so this is a guy that would never believe. Like, if I came and said something, he would just roll his eyeballs. But since he found it, it's different, right? It's amazing, men that with their egos. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. They'll never help another male that's finding something, but if they do it, it's a whole different thing. It's a crazy thing. I'm not like that. I'll be the first one to take anybody in this and put them right on top of me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Like right on top of my work, you know what I mean? Like if I feel like you're ahead of me, I will, you're my king. You know what I mean? I got no ego in this. Like, what is wrong with people? I don't get it. Everyone's out for themselves out there in this world. Like, I get that, but I mean, I don't get it too. I'm not out for me. I don't care about me anymore. You have to love yourself before you can love someone else. I mean, who made up this shit? It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. You have to love yourself first. That's ridiculous. There he is. Look at the stick touching his head. I don't hate myself. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe that. I think that's a Bigfoot, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. No over and outs, because I think I got him right here. Where'd he go? I'm telling you, some of my best zooms always have a wire in front of it, like a power line. Sorry, I don't mean. Oh, look at the circle. Oh, no, don't forget my video. Circle, square. They did that. I promise you. I promise so much you wouldn't even believe it. How's that for a promise? Right now they're going, Mark's down there. Be careful. I'll bet you $50 million that's exactly what they just said. Oh, sorry guys, my card filled up. Beverly, I still use the cards. They're amazing. In fact, they're so great that I don't even delete them like I used to reformat every time, and now I don't have to. There's where I left off. Now I can't find where that dude was. Why doesn't he just hold it on there? You come hold it on him. Stop suggesting the impossible, okay? How do people make suggestions when they don't even know what they're talking about? Have you ever held a camera and zoomed in like that and tried to hold it for 5 minutes? Like this? It's impossible. I guess it's not, yeah, it's impossible. See, like just one word and it's gonna zoom over. It's not, you could go like this, but though. So we could find him and then back up a little bit. I don't know where he is. I got a car pulled in behind me. Kind of ruined my whole little peaceful thing I had going here. Oh well, I got it on camera. Look at the mound. Remember, just because you don't see anything, I want to really, really emphasize. Look at that white leaner. I really want to emphasize now. Just because, like in a shot like this, that you don't see anything, it doesn't mean a thing. They could all still be there. Remember, we're just picking up bits and pieces. Those big black eyes, I don't know about though. I think it's really difficult for them not to be. Just like you saw, he's just not going to move. Now I can't see him. What about the circle up there, you guys? That's a great spot. See how look how unique it is. And then you can see here, there's nothing down at the bottom. Everything starts right at the red. Is it clay? I'm not sure why that's red. Probably clay. And what is clay? Moldable, diggable, easy. Kind of hidden behind here. Look, these ugly mounds. These things are really ugly. Look, someone brought some clay rocks down. This is what you see. This is because when you're on the highway, believe me, you don't have that view I did. This is what people think is there. You could be here for 30 years and you've never seen what I just showed you. Guess why? Because they're not looking. This is the number one reason. Oh, here's the structures. This is the whole reason I got all this. Is this it? Yeah, watch this. Look what they did, you guys. You guys will believe this. Look at that. They might be right in there. There's no way they did that unless it was for a reason. You see, they're not hiding. I mean, that is just the most blatant thing in the world. It's just that they know that this guy that's going down to fish is not gonna know. Let's put it that way without me insulting him. Right there. If I insult someone, it's not. I don't mean it like that. Check timestamps. They gotta be in there. Why would they make that right there? That's one of their here structures. That's not a marker. That means they will stand around here. See? This is, you guys, none of this stuff was here before. You see that? It's not that impressive, but there's like a little nest in there now. Like there's that structure in the back. None of this existed. And when that's why I was doing a video just talking. I go by, I'm like, oh my God, like, why now? It's never existed till now. It's gotta mean something. I'm ready to tell you something. Nothing, that's gonna blow your brain completely apart, but this is a fact, and it takes a long time to get to these little facts, okay? So, I've been showing you these others just a little bit. Most of this stuff I do is not film. I don't film it because it's, I can't really make a video out of it that you're gonna wanna see. Some people, yeah. Like I have people that they're not there. It's not like they're signing on, to watch the Avengers. They're there because they're trying to get every little aspect of this. There's a lot of people that are smarter than me that watch me. You have to remember, I give amazing people tools to use. That's what I do. That's why I keep saying, like, I feel like I've always been, I'm in place to help people. Maybe people that, are highly intelligent and intuitive, and I can help these people get over the hump, and then they can just run with it. It's all so very easy. The hardest part about everything is us. We are the hard part. You realize that by now? So here's the trick. So all these others, they're nowhere. So if you go in here, there's nobody in this guy's bushes. They're not in. I mean, they might for some thing, but it's not. It would be for a special occasion. They're not hanging out in there. Here's the key. Most people, you just wouldn't, the way it loops and wraps, you just don't realize it for a while. It's the river. Okay, so the river is everything to these others. They're all set up along the river, and then, or maybe not that far. Like if there's anything like appealing to them, it could be 100 yards away, but it's always right there on the river. And as it winds and turns in and out of these places, you can barely tell it's there sometimes. And all of a sudden you look over, you're like, what the hell is going on? What the heck is going on over there? I just drove by there last week. There was not an X and a Trident there. And now it's there. That's the other thing that gets me. Why is it just there now? You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't there an X and Trident there 100 years ago? Why is it there now, today? There's something to that, you guys. There's new ones. There's something new is happening. I'm gonna do this but I'll show you. I just want to give you a couple quick examples. Okay, here's the river. Here they are. Oops. Oh, come on with the blur. It's my window. Okay, this is all them. They have it all marked. This guy even built a teepee in the back for them to represent, like, he did whatever he could. He's like, I built a teepee. This guy knows all about them. This guy in the corner here. He's this guy right here. Where's his teepee? He took it down. Oh, maybe he took it down for the winter. I'm surprised. It was huge. Oh no, it's there. I was gonna say it's a huge teepee. Look, he built that for them. Isn't that crazy? They're all here, and then all of us, like overnight, there's a new X, there's a new Trident, they mark their areas. Every one of their areas melts in 10 below zero, only where they are. There'll be no snow there 2 days later. It's crazy. Every tree has like a hawk or a watcher. Look, it's always like this. This is not a plan. I haven't been here in hours. Look at that thing goes over the. I missed it. Okay, we're on the river still. Okay, you'll notice at all the places on the river, it's all manipulated. Look, they did this. I remember the day they did that cleaner. And then there's a pile of sticks that I think the homeowner made, and then they came in like, I don't even know, it was like months later, and then all of a sudden all the sticks on top were all put into a structure on top of the pile. Now I'm wondering if he probably doesn't even notice that. He's not even looking at his pile. It's not even visible. Here's the spot. This is one of the biggest other spots. There's their trident. I'll never forget the day when this trident thing appears in like a fence, like trident right there. And then they're all in here and it's chopped up like crazy. See this? This is where they are. You'll never see them. I don't know how they do it. Look at their X. Look at their X. They did the X recently. Where is it? I can't do it from this angle. It's right in the corner. It's a beautiful giant X, right? Then, if you notice here, there's the deer. The river's right there. All along the river is the others. These are these entities. They're ghosts. I don't even know if they make footprint. Like they're like ghosts. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like living ghosts, though, not dead ghosts. Okay. Let me reemphasize that most of what's happening in this world, I have determined beyond a reasonable doubt. Why would I lie? Why would I have any reason to say this unless it was true? Is the living. So if this guy thinks his house is haunted, he's wrong. Okay. The others are there. That's all it is, you guys. Okay. We as humans only deal with the living. Never forget I said that. And then back there, it's just squatch land. All leaners. And I'll never forget coming in late at night from Florida. And then when they had done this, my headlights hit it. And I was like, what the hell? Right there, they field goaled it. Right? And then recently, watch this. Let's see if I can get this angle. Where's their X? Oh, there's their X. Look at the X. Can you see it right in there? It's right in there. It's perfect X near their field goal. Look at all their stuff right here. I've shown you this before. I just want to back up what I'm saying about the river. Then look at this tree. These people, they just all around these people. There's something with these old ancient trees. That tree is like 400 years old, 300 years old. And then what? Look at the X. Watch. First of all, I'll show you, and then I'll show you the field goal again. Okay, so everywhere they are in these spots, they have these huts that look like that. Across the street, I have giant ones from my house. See the X back there? It's hard to get, but you'll be able to see it. See it back there? It's incredible to see from the road, the X, because it's a draper, like really strong draping X. You'll see field goals. You'll see everything. This is one of their biggest structure places. It's a double X. Sorry, I got my heater. Let me turn it off. See it back there? Look at that. It's insane. And then look at the field goal. That field goal has been like that since I moved here. Look at that. Like they tell you. Like it sticks out into the road, you guys, on purpose. Isn't that crazy? Because these guys, you can't hurt them, I don't think. Like, I don't know how you would, I'm not sure, you know? One thing I can tell you is that they're real. Look at that spot. Oh, I wish I had got that better. They're real and they're alive, okay? And they live right along your rivers and your bushes and so if you have the right environment in your backyard, it's also really good. It doesn't have to be a river, but here it's how it's done. So if you were to go to that river and just see all the amazing things they do along there, and then across as well. So all these spots in the field are all used and all melted. You'll see every single spot where they are is melted right after it snows. It could be 50 below zero, and those spots, they'll melt their spots. It's a crazy thing. Yeah, so the river. So that's I'm getting too long here, but I wanted to just, get that extra little bit. Tridents, and then of course, then you get down to my house, which is not that far, not my house, but where I live. I wish I had a house. I'd give anything to have a house, you guys. Anything. I don't even care. Just anything. Like to own like an old farm like that would be like a dream come true. But only, if I could access these guys, like if they're on my property. I'd love to have an old barn and farm, I know some people are like, well, I wouldn't arc. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I would just love to have that privacy. The house isn't like that great. I just want to have like a place like that, That's the state owned. The state bought that. So that's what, yes, that's kind of cool. Because look, from here, look here, right on the river. Okay. Look here, right on the river. Actually, the river's right there. What's this? I've thought about just walking over to that spot. But why? You know. There. By the way, with these others, like across the street from my house, there is like there's a bigger. I don't know. I've only seen one, so he made me see him. Isn't that the craziest thing? I have that on video somewhere. He was like, I'm talking to Dave in the driveway, and he's like, all of a sudden my head goes, wait, like he was like using telepathy. I think it was because he's not always there. And then he was like visiting, and then he's like, that's where Mark is, and like he made me know he was there. I turned my cell phone, I zoomed right in on him. I could see him with my own eyes. And I'm like, Dave, keep talking. Just keep talking, pretend like nothing's happening. You know, and that was it. That was the one time over there. Because you know what it is? They don't give you too much. It's like just enough to keep you. Like, you know, just as I'm giving up over there he is looking at me, making sure I saw him. Just so my interest isn't lost. Just enough where I don't give up on them. You know, it's kind of annoying, to be honest with this situation. So I'm a little thank God it's not just this. Thank God. That's where you guys bear with me with these winter videos, because I don't have my feeling, like oh, there's a fox. I gotta be in the middle of them, otherwise my videos are monotonous and ADD. It doesn't, like, I gotta get zapped and get into that excitement and amazement, and that's why I'm so looking forward to the summer. I'm trying not to rush it now, because I realize I'm gonna be 52 in a couple months. Oh my God. Absolutely stunning view here in Rifle, Colorado. Like, just absolutely beautiful. This is what these people see every day, every time they walk out there. That's really all you have in Rifle. There's nothing else in Rifle, no offense, Rifle people. I have a few people out here. Every time I'm out here, there's a few people comment that knows up here. And beyond, like some of the real, like this is 70, so you know people have been here, but like I'm talking about when I make my turn, they're like I forget the name of the town. I'll film a little bit when I go there, and they know it. They're like, I know there. I grew up, or someone grew up there. I was like, because I was kind of insulting the town. They're like, I grew up there. I'm like, oh, sorry. I wasn't insulting it. It's just like I was like, what do you do here? Like, you know, and that's why he's not there anymore. Like he's got sentimental, so of course he's going to be. He didn't yell at me. He knows. That's why he doesn't live there. Look how pretty, you guys. Sorry about that. It's unfortunate that there's like telephone. You know, like I said, humans destroy everything. And they're setting up to destroy more right there. That's all factory. Going to be factories, smoke, pumping, and waste. The dinosaur area, but here's where the dinosaurs roamed. I just want to try to give you an idea. I can't really look at the camera too much, but I'll try to hold it as much as I can. It's absolutely stunning. Like, so I'm 30 minutes back towards home, and this is what it still looks like. And it's going to look like that for another hour. Isn't that crazy? That's how far out. I'm trying to tell people where I am. There's nothing here, no people, nothing. And the only people that ever lived here left. Isn't that weird? I showed you, it's right here. Why the hell? I mean, I'll move here right now. I'd never get the Viasat guy out here. It would never happen. You'd have to have, like, I don't know how you do it. You'd have to get, no company will come out here because they don't have anyone that'll come. They have to have even an independent contractor will not come here. You'd have to like pay some, like, you have to do it yourself. Let's do a horse shop to this thing. Here I can pull over. And then right here I have a dead horse. Like, I found a dead horse here. Like, why would you leave? Like, why would you leave and then leave because the door's been open for 4 years. Maybe longer. That's how long ago I found it. Maybe I found it 5 years ago even. And it just sits there like it almost looks normal. Except all the windows and doors are open. Wow, did I film something in there last? Maybe I'm in a different position. I swear, I zoomed in that window and I thought I saw something. The first time this morning, early this morning. Now you can see right through. Why do you suppose they would, like, whoever owns that would just leave it like that? That's a great little place. Do you think someone was run off? Like, you know, not like in 1 second, but like over time, like, all right, this is it. This is crazy. Look what they, guys, try to like, look at this.
The reason you can't see that, so you're missing a huge amount of, right there it drops, because the river goes through there. It's one of the most fascinating rivers you'll ever see. Along the whole river, it was all canoed by the Indians for thousands of years. So anywhere you can stop is absolutely fascinating.
Remember, I think I'm one of the only people in the world to film a real live vortex as it happened. Well, I took a picture because my camera was full. But the answers are written all over the world on these rocks. You'll see the vortex. I filmed one of those. Me. Think about it. I think that's our answer. It shows you how they come to and fro. I mean, when I filmed that, there was people that said there's a line of beings waiting to go into it. Things like that. Remember, just stop thinking logically. This is how you're being tricked. You lose, not us. We're on top of everything. This is all a fact. We don't make it up. I show every single detail of what I talk about. So if you're new, you've been beaten. Don't let them beat you.
Under these caves where they have made like, and they've, chipped out, deer and bows and arrows and aliens and always Bigfoot. Okay. The Indians, no matter where the petroglyphs are, you're gonna basically see, the vortex, and a lot of times Bigfoot, like an alien type, always. And we just write it off like we just think they're dead. That's what regular people like. Oh, I believe in all that. They're probably all gone now. It's like, why? Because they're not in Main Street in New Jersey. I've been down this trail for 30 years. There's one trail in our town. Yeah, it's like. So what did you expect to happen during the 30 years on a trail that's made for you? Nothing. These guys don't come jumping out of the bushes at you. Okay? This is, like I said, sometimes reality is disappointing. Sometimes reality, I'm bending it, and it can get real exciting. But in some of that bending, some things happen to you that, that happen on TV, like telepathy. You're getting zapped. And that stuff is not what you would think. That's so far, except for a couple times. The powerful one with the V-Tree guy with me and Dan. Dan never recovered. It's just. He never recovered. So of course his wife thinks that's evil because he was like, she wanted to take him to the hospital because I got out of it because of I'm home doing the video. And then I see it happen. I'm like, oh my God, how do you get home? You have no idea. You were literally standing before them. I'm like, hey, he's got an eyes, he's got nose, but nah, I don't think it is. But I do see an eyes, nose, and a mouth, but it can't be anything. I'm describing every feature he has, but it's being denied in my brain at the same time. He's like intercepting the messages. It's so weird. Then we leave, and then Dan's like, that's it. And I keep stopping him. He's like, I'm going over there. I'm like, I wouldn't let him go. I'm like, no, don't go, because I wanted to get some more footage first. And that's what I was thinking, basically. And then finally he's like, that's it, I'm going. And then he walks the wrong way. He is telling me I'm holding him back from walking over there. When I finally don't stop him, he walks that way. He's trying to go there and walks that way. I swear to God, you guys. I think some of that's on the camera. I haven't watched that since it happened. There's a couple videos up of that. You never see me re-break that down. That was crazy. I've been back to that spot, not that it ever happened again. The structures there are out of control. That was crazy. What is that? Why does certain ones can do that to you? They were really saying hello to us, man. Dan was running 2 brain cells for 5 days. She's like, I'm taking you to the hospital. He's like, no. And the 5th day he just snapped out of it. I was like, oh my God. He told me this. I was working with him while this happened. I was like, Dan, I think the same thing happened to me, except when I saw it. I'm just putting a video together for people. I remembered, I thought, a couple structures and no memory of that whatsoever. Now I have the memory. So it came back to me. But it was blocked. So if they take your memory, it's still there. I'm telling you, I know this. So if you've been in a ship
So you guys, guess what's real? I figured all this stuff out on my own without looking at anything. So like, you know how like people go to like get hypnotized and they can tell you every detail? That's why. Because so these blocks, so we might be able to do it by accident with pain and stuff like that, like trauma. It might trigger some of these accidental, like, you know, wires that are disconnected in our brains. But when they do it, not when you're walking around today, but like in certain crazy situations I've been in, I don't know if another person could duplicate that situation like easily. That was unreal. That's it.